Hello, in Galva 103, Options and Minor Features, we'll cover some of the non-essentials of managing your empire. Consider this a nice break from the empire building as we poke around in some of the corners of Galva. I'm going to log in again, but this time, instead of logging into World 1, I'm going to log into the account server. In Galva, when there are tournaments and other servers, there is no need to re-register for them. You have one single account across all the servers, and you can manage that account from the account server. Let's start with referrals. On this page, you can find a referral link for your account. Users who sign up using this link earn an extra 10,000 gold to start with, so use it whenever recruiting. Your bonuses are even better than theirs. Depending on how much your referrals grow, you can gain rewards of gold or progression, and these rewards can only be gathered here, so check back in occasionally. Under Game Account, you can edit your password, email, or time zone. The Forum Account page is the only place where you can sign up for an account on the main Galva forums. The forum accounts are tied directly to your game accounts. The final stop for the account server is the Donations page. As is the case with many free-to-play games, you have the option of donating to support the game and its staff and administrators. Donating also gives you donation points, which you can then spend on a couple different bonuses on any server. On that note, let's switch to the World 1 now and view those bonuses. The bonuses can be found up here in the Your Account box. Donation points are generally earned through monetary donations, but that's not always the case. I, for example, earned 50 donation points for helping admin test the patch, which brought Galva out of beta and into World 1. You can spend your donation points in 4 different ways. The first is donation days. These add a small boost to your income, which, although not huge, will give you slightly accelerated growth. Choosing donation days is very inexpensive, and the average donator will choose these. You can also purchase progression with your donation points, but this is very expensive, and only high-end donators will purchase these. In order to keep empires from simply buying a powerful empire, you can only buy 25 points every 3 months. In addition to the standard 12 land types, you probably also notice 6 additional land types, and these are the bonus land types. You can unlock a single bonus land type once you've reached 2,000 progression, but the primary method for acquiring these land types is through donations. They're not a huge step up from the standard land types in any way, but each is much more versatile, fulfilling multiple roles and having almost no drawbacks. Their special resources are also the best in the game. They cost a relatively small amount of donation points. The final donation option is to remove ads from the game. This costs almost nothing, but the only ad in the entire game is this small box up here out of the way, so it's not even really worth it. I highly encourage all users to donate, because a simple $20 donation once a year will earn you donation days for the entire year and 2 bonus land types. Next, let's move on to the various settings for your empire. On the first page, you can add an avatar, a signature, edit your email notification settings, set the width of your screen, or show these extra management links. When you choose to show them, you'll see that the discoveries, bulletins, and events links appear right below the provinces. On this next page, you can manage the various boxes that appear here on the left side. I highly recommend enabling all 3 of the boxes. The Wars box gives you a quick link to any war you might be in, and the Provinces box provides this handy chart where you can click any part of any empire instantaneously. You can also reorder these boxes to your heart's content. The Roleplay Options tab is pretty much useless. These settings affect nothing, and other users have absolutely no way of viewing them. But if you want to fill it out for your own entertainment, then by all means go ahead. The Reset Account tab is actually incredibly valuable. Should you ever decide that you've developed a part of your nation poorly, or manage your technology sloppily, you can always come here to reset them. All have some cost associated, but in the long run it can be indispensable to have the various parts of your empire managed well. Now we'll go through some of the various methods of communication in-game. Messages between players appear fittingly in the Message tab. You can start new messages with either this link up top, or with a link in any empire's profile. The other form of communication is the Bulletins tab. These are automated messages which are sent for a variety of reasons. They can alert you of incoming battles, trade offers, market purchases, and a host of other actions. Very quickly, right beside the bulletins, you'll find a history of all the random events in your empire. There are basically three types of events. The first gives either a certain amount of resources or takes a certain amount of resources instantaneously. The second either increases or decreases your collections by a set amount for a certain number of collections. The final event gives either an exclusive armory item or an artifact, but artifacts are only unlocked with the Sanctum at 400 progression. Also, after acquiring your second province, when you click on the Provinces tab, you'll find a very helpful tool for managing multiple provinces at once. Using these buttons at the bottom, you can buy land in more than one province, build structures across all your provinces, or even train military in multiple provinces at once. As you get a third, fourth, and fifth province, this tool saves large amounts of time. Finally, I'd like to draw your attention to the top bar. Here you can find a link to the forums, a link to the guide, which so far is just a link to the Galva wiki, but hopefully will soon be a link to a simple guide for those who do not have guilds to help them, and the browse feature. This browse feature is actually very interesting because it provides the rankings for both empires and guilds. I spend a lot of time keeping track of these stats, but that's kind of my thing. The final stop for today is the search feature. Here you can search for any user or any guild, but perhaps the most useful tool is the recent wars search, where you can search by guild and see which of your guildmates are under attack at the moment. So far the only war for us is one that I've declared on Gable. Well, that's it for this one. Not vital, but perhaps brought to light some low-profile features. Check back into the forums for your next guide.